Bori, if you would tell everybody that's watching right now the reasons why you made the decision to go all in, a little bit of your background, and then for the people that are watching, why should they go all in? Why should they come to the Charlotte event?
Well, the reason why I decided to go all in was was because I knew if I didn't, I wasn't even going to get close to the which was, when I first got in was 2,000 a month. But very quickly, I was stretched to believe more, sooner, and that changed to 30,000 a month, and I believe I'm gonna hit it. Like, I believe it, like 100%. My background, like a little bit of story about me. I came from an area or a lifestyle that was conducive to doing
Sorry,
things the
let
right
me stop you for a second, bro. Let me stop you just for a second. Because I know you said you're gonna hit 30,000 a month. You want to know the fastest way to that income? The fastest way to hit your 5-figure month. Bari, it's already done. It's already done. You already did it, my friend. Repeat after me. It's already done.
It's already done.
It's already done.
It's already done.
That is how you have a quantum leap. You act as if it's already done. I'm already a $100,000 a month earner. I don't know what everybody else is talking. I'm a 6-figure monthly earner. I already did it. I'm just waiting to get paid. That is how you have to. Hey, I didn't want to interrupt you, but just like Wayne Dyer says, you don't get in life what you want, you get in life what you are. And Erica McKnight, you already know. You saw the Divine Matrix, right? You know this to be true, and we'll talk about that later. But I just want to make sure that you started talking in that fashion. Okay, go ahead, bro.
All right. So, I'm already a $30,000 a month earner. It's already happening. Just a quick story, little background. I came from a background that was conducive to doing things the right way. All right, I was involved in the drug game. I was involved with the gang life, and I spent some time in the penitentiary. And the big lesson, the big thing that I got from all of that was what really impacted me, I should say, was when when my first day in prison. And I was walking through, and they're stripping me all my clothes, buck naked. I'm bending over for these guards, and just like everything, my dignity, everything is just. And I never thought I was gonna have my freedom back again, and I promised myself that if I ever got it back, I was gonna live my life in a totally different way. And I was gonna live with people to make sure they don't have to go through the that I just went through. And so when I got out, I was searching for a way to do that. I wasn't sure how I was gonna do that, but I was searching for a way, and I found internet. I got involved with work at first, and just kind of doing it on my own. And after that, I just was just like, hopping from business, company hopping, company surfing. I was jumping from business to business to business. I wasn't doing anything. I was looking for, the magic pill. I was looking for, that popcorn business with the instant results. If I could just throw a bunch of money at it and not do any work, I was thinking like, damn, that's how it works, right? And where I got that from is, I went to the casinos a lot, right? I was a gambler. I go to casinos and throw money at these machines, expecting to get paid, and sometimes it would happen. And so I came to this industry thinking if I could just throw money at it, and not do anything, that it was gonna pay me out. And I spent $9,000 in 7 months of doing that before I realized that, damn, what? It doesn't work like that. It's not a lottery, right? You don't get lucky and then get successful. That's not the way it works. And you know, and thankfully, you know, I messaged Paul, and Paul was like, bro, listen, are you serious? I was like, yeah. He's like, how serious are you? Gonna do what are you gonna do what you want, what you've been doing? You're gonna do what I say. And you know, I told him at the time, I was like, yeah, I'll do what you say. And you know, even today, you know, it's still taking time to break that old habit of doing what I want, doing things my way, and doing things that way, or doing things in a certain way, the right way, in order to achieve success. And so, you know, that's one of the best things that I've gotten out of going all in and being a part of Team Blade, was learning how to do things in a certain way, in the certain way, in order to achieve the results that I want. And so one of those things that you need to do in the certain way is get all in. And you know, the other thing that you need to do is if you want to have massive success in your business or in your life, you need to get to this event. You need to get to Charlotte. This is going to be a life-changing event for every single person who attends. Everybody. Every single person who attends is going to have a life-changing experience. And so, I mean, if that's you, if you're tired of what's been going on in your life, you need to get to Charlotte. That's it. Bottom line. Nothing else. Period.
Thanks, man, for sharing that. And I just want to let y'all know that I have a surprise guest speaker. We got the time zones mixed up, but he'll be coming on here shortly. Some of you guys already know, have met him, and he'll be on in just a minute. But yeah, man, I appreciate you, bro. And you know, absolutely about the events. I mean, like for me, I'm at a point where I don't even feel like I gotta influence anybody to go. Like if you're watching right now and you're in Erica's team, you're in anybody's team here, in Bari's team, Samantha's team, Rocky's team, Michael Lee's team, Gina's team, whatever. Okay, you're not in the team if you're not going to the event. Period. You're not on the team, and I have the confidence to say, you know what, we won't work with you, because the truth of the matter is that there's so many different components on building a business that you're just not going to be able to get it all. But being behind a computer at your house, being passive about your business. All these leaders in this hangout right now, they're going to get the results that they're getting, and they're going to continue getting more and more results because they continue investing into their education, into their self-development. Because I heard a long time ago that successful people are willing to be uncomfortable for a very short time in the interest of growth. And what is entrepreneurship, right? Working your tail off for a few years so you can live the rest of your life like a dang king and queen, right? So I appreciate you, bro. This person here, they'll be coming on here soon. And the guy that we're bringing on, man, he's created like just some massive results. And he's got just wisdom like crazy. And I actually try to moniker his wisdom. And, you know, soon, you know, we'll be getting on that level soon. But hey, Samantha, just tell everybody that's watching right now, because what we're going to do is share this exact hangout. I actually just hit the record button about 5 minutes ago. But just share with everybody, specifically on your team, why did you make the decision to go all in, okay? And why should people go to the event just like you are?
All right. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Hey, Sam.
All right. All right. Before I actually got all in, right, and decided to go to the event, I was actually not even, I was planning to go all in, but in a pace, right? Because I didn't believe in myself. I honestly thought that the people that would get these results had some kind of magical thing to them, and you know, I just didn't have that. So I'm just gonna pace it and eventually get there. That's kind of how I was tackling my business. But in my mind, right, like just like Paul was saying, I was telling myself, yeah, I'm doing this, I'm ready, but I really wasn't thinking that way. You know, I was telling myself, yeah, eventually when I get the money, I'll go all in, which I had the money the whole time, right? Maybe not in my bank account, but I had it in ways that I could get it. But I was just making excuses left and right about how I can't get rid of some stuff because I need it. That's what I kept telling myself. And I remember that, like, literally I did not believe in myself. And like now, ever since I made the decision, it's crazy how like I'm attracting people like every single day. Like every single day, people are coming into my inbox. Before, it wasn't even like that. And I remember, and really, this is really when it happened. Like, seriously, when it happened was when I had gone to hang out with Paul. And the reason why I wanted to hang out with Paul and Kim was because I just wanted to prove to myself that I was right this whole time, and only certain type of people make it, right? So I went over there to go hang out with them, and some of you already know the story. We ended up going to Six Flags, and when he told me we were going to Six Flags, I was already telling myself, well, I'll just hang around, because I'm not a roller coaster person. I'll just hang around. Maybe I'll do the non-scary ones, stuff like that. Just like in my business, I only do so much, you know what I mean? Play it safe. And I remember the first one we went to, and Paul was like, "You're gonna get on?" I was like, "No, I'm not gonna get on. I'll hold. I remember I had grabbed Kim's purse. I was like, I'll hold your purse, whatever. I'll wait for you guys." And I was walking down, and then I stopped. Right? I stopped. I'm like, "What the hell are you doing?" Every time something feels uncomfortable, you just want to stop and you just want to play it safe. So then I told myself, I was like, you know what? Like, it's time that I stop being a wussy, right? And just take on what scares me, right? So I ended up telling Paul, I was like, hey, you know what? I'm going to get on. But the whole time, man, I'm telling you, as I was getting strapped in, my heart wanted to just, like, come out of my chest, right? So then we get to the top, and as it's going to the top, right, to the first drop, I'm just like, oh, my gosh, what am I doing? Oh, my gosh, what I'm doing? This is a mistake. I should get off. Oh, my gosh, I'm going to freaking die, So as soon as it dropped, I was like, what the hell? This is it. So then after that, I just go into every single ride, even to the one that I said I would definitely never get on that one, because some lady had died on it because she didn't listen to the people that were telling her how to do things. Just like in business, Paul tells us exactly what we need to do. And some of us don't listen, right? We don't listen. And when he would tell me to get all in and work on myself, and and I would start seeing once I made that decision, I always thought I was making that decision, but it wasn't really the decision that I really wanted to make. See, there's, like, the way I see it, there's two type of decisions. There's the one where you make and you think it's the one that you really need to make. And then there's this other one, and you just start feeling this thing inside you to where you're like, fuck, like, this is actually very easy. Like, I'm a fucking badass. I can actually do this. Before, I was like, I'm not worthy of $10,000. That's impossible. I come from being raised from a single mom in the projects. Like, this doesn't happen to people like me. Like, this is insane. But once I did that, and then I came home right after hanging out with them. I went back the next day, and then they ended up leaving. I came home. Paul and Kim have shown me this mirror exercise, right? So when I came back home, I did that mirror exercise, and I said, you know what? Like, I'm actually ready. Like, that switch that's inside all of us, we all think it's turned on, but it's really not. We all think that just because we made the decision to go ahead and join an online business, that switch is on, but it's really not on. You'll feel when you actually cross that line to where you're like, damn, like, it's really on, and I'm going, like, balls out, So I got in front of that mirror, and I started telling myself, are you willing to give up that car that you have, right? Are you willing to give up that TV that you have? How much are you willing to give up in order to be able to create, your dreams and be able to do what it is that you have to do? So I told myself, you know what? Fuck my car. Fuck my TV. Fuck my clothes. I'll have enough clothes to wear, right? So I won't be around naked and shit. But I ended up going to go get a car loan. And the whole time I was there, man, the girl was telling me about all these rates that were my loan was going to be. But the whole time, I was so happy. I didn't even care about what she was telling me about what can happen to my car and this and this and that. Like, the whole time, I was just focused, like, damn, I got the money to go all in. Damn, I got the money to go all in. Damn, I got the money to go all in. I don't give a fuck what happens. I'm going to get fucking sales every single day. I'm going to go to that fucking event. I'm going to do whatever the fuck it takes, right? And then, I remember I messaged Paul, hey, you know what? I got what I need to go all in. When the fuck is this car going to open? Because I'm fucking desperate to join, all right? And then I ended up, going all in and everything. And then I felt as if this, like, weight just came off of me. And I was like, okay, I'm aligned exactly where I need to be. I'm all in. I believe in myself. I'm worthy of being a $10,000 a month earner, all right? now, you know, just like Paul says, I'm waiting for the funds to kick in, and I'm ready to fucking work my ass off. And I'm not lying to you guys. My fucking eyes right now, my eyeballs fucking burn. Like, I'm not even lying to you guys. They burn because I've been literally running on 4 hours of sleep. Like, I had to have a serious talk with my girlfriend, and I told her, for the next 60 days, you're hardly going to see me. If I give you a hug, I'm sorry. Don't think I don't love you. But I have to do what I have to do. And she said, okay, because she knows how bad I want this, right?
Yeah.
So pretty much get your damn ticket and go to the event if you're serious. If you don't buy that ticket, that means you don't want it bad enough, honestly, really. Because I literally sold things to be able to go to the event. Literally. That's how I'm paying my way through.
See, let me just say something really quick, and then I want to introduce someone. But Sam, you've made a real decision. That's a decision. See, a lot of people think they've made the decision. Like, even people that go all in, like, you can be financially all in, but ask yourself the question, are you emotionally all in? Are you spiritually all in? And are you mentally all in? Right? Are all those pillars standing up, and do you have a foundation to truly build your business? Because if you're missing any of those legs, your table's going to crumble, right? So ask yourself that question. But real quick, because I know time is of the essence, I just want to introduce a really good friend of mine, man. This guy has just been a complete inspiration to me. Like, I say this, is like every time I just get to hang out with him, like my personal bank account just starts increasing just because, you know, like he's just like got that Midas touch, but like you get to hang out with him and like you just all of a sudden start increasing your own wealth, right? Because this guy, all he ever does, the reason why he's so successful is because all he ever does is give so much value that people just love to pay him money for it. Period. Because he doesn't care if he makes money or not. He just loves to give. He loves people. And this is a good friend of mine, and he's an absolute destroyer in this industry. And this is my buddy Cameron George. And Cameron, man, good to see you, brother.
Thanks, buddy. It's good to be out here.
Yeah, man. And go ahead, man. Take it away.
I just wanted to ask if you can hear me all right. I'm sitting out on my balcony right now. My place in Costa Rica, and there's a crazy thunderstorm behind me. I don't know if you can hear me all right.
Yeah, we can hear you, bro.
All right, cool. Awesome, man. No, it's good to be out here. It's been really cool to watch you shift and transform over the last little while, and to just see the ripple effect of what's been happening. And I honestly think that you guys, that everybody on this call right now needs to kind of stop and take a moment and realize where you are and the timing of everything that's happening around you and the shifts and transformations that are taking place. A lot of people, a lot of times, you can't comprehend the impact and the ripple effect that's going to happen from your decisions and the actions that you're going to take right now. You can't possibly comprehend it. Like, I couldn't have comprehended that the moment that I had my line in the sand moment when I was 22 years old working as a construction worker up in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, that when I kind of freaked out and had a little bit of a panic attack thinking that I was going to be stuck on a construction site for the rest of my life, that I would have been able to impact so many people's lives, that I would have been able to come out and help thousands of people, help hundreds of people cross, literally have helped over 50 people cross 10,000 plus per month. Little decision, the ripple effect that's been happening. Like, I jumped on here and I seen you guys just getting passionate and getting fired up, and you know that's happening while all of a sudden the F-bomb just starts getting dropped left and right. And I just thought it was absolutely incredible to watch the transformation, especially to watch the transformation in someone like Paul. I know some of you guys might be coming in, you think that Paul walks on water. And as much as I'd like to say that he does, maybe he does, I don't know. Maybe he does it in his spare time. He walks on water where no one's looking. But the truth is that Paul's just a real guy. He's just a real guy who's made a real decision to go out and make it happen. He doesn't accept any excuses from himself. He doesn't accept any excuses from everybody around him. And he's just gone out and he's just making it happen. Period. End of story. He's just, we all kind of come to this place where we are right now. We all have different circumstances. We all have different past experiences. We all have different bank accounts. We all have different levels of education. And we all have different belief systems. And the truth is, if you can let all of that go, and you can really start looking at the beliefs of the leaders are around you, and you start looking at the actions that they're taking, you can have the results that they're having, plain and simple. I actually remember I went out, I went through a landmark through the Landmark Forum. And I did this before I actually went down to New York to hang out with my good friend Aaron Rashkin. Aaron Rashkin and I were I've known Aaron for a long time now. Actually, we were actually part owners of a previous company that we were in before we ended up leaving. I went out there when I was first on my come up, and I started learning about. Sorry, I'm getting a bit of feedback. I don't know where that's coming from. I started learning about the kind of the back-end sales process and how I wanted to be able to work with my team, and I engineered what I call my business plan call that I started putting together. And while I was out there with Rashkin, I really started learning one thing, and the biggest thing was to just kind of set my ego aside and start really just caring about people. And if I wanted to be able to create that transformation in others, I had to be able to, first of all, have that transformation in myself. And recently I seen a place with someone in my team. His name's Matthew Jang. I know Paul knows who he is. He's been stepping it up and crushing it out too, because Matthew's transformation actually happened while we were in Seattle. And the biggest thing for him was that he had a belief that it was hard and that everything was going to be difficult. And the whole time that we were in Seattle, I know Paul would see this. I was walking around and I'd always just be saying, like, why, man? Like, this is so easy. And I took the time to literally engineer and make the conscious choice to believe in my business, to believe that the actions and the things that I was taking were easy. And you guys will notice that if you listen to a lot of inner circles and stuff, that Dave Wood's actually implanting that in you a lot of the time. He's really embedding the command that what you're doing and the actions that you're taking are easy, because the truth is that it is. And you'll realize that at the core essence is a belief system, is a belief pattern that you can consciously choose to have right now. And the main thing that I learned from Aaron Rashkin when I was learning about transformation as I was going through this landmark education, because it was actually this landmark education that shifted Rashkin. And if you guys ever get the chance to corner him at an event, ask him the one event, the one type of, I guess, the one curriculum that really shifted for him. And it was actually the landmark education was the first thing that really broke through for him. And you'll notice an undertone of all of that happening at Empower, and it's why you're seeing such transformations happen at live events, and it's why you're actually going to be at the next live event. You're going to experience one for yourself, because you're going to get to experience what it's actually like to step into the possibility of you actually going out and crushing your goals. Now, I don't know if you guys can hear me or not. I thought my internet actually just dropped out. Does somebody want to give me a heads up? Good old Costa Rica.
You're good, bro. You're good, bro.
All right, cool. So what I actually did when I went down and I went through New York, I was there working with Aaron Rashkin, and this is one where I just came out of landmark education. I'm sure if any of you guys, I don't know if any of you guys have ever been through or been through the work with my business plan call, and I talk a lot about a concept called have, do, be, and a lot of times I'm sure you guys have thought about this or have heard this. And if you've ever thought about winning the lottery or what it would be like to have a bunch of money, then you've thought this way. And there's a difference between how 1%ers think, the people who actually have the results that you want and that you're looking for, and how the majority of people think. And the majority of people think that, you know what, it'd be great to have the money, to have the lifestyle, to be able to travel, to be able to have the house, to be able to have all these things. And it's like, when I have the money, then I'd take the action, then I would do this, then I'd be happy. And they think in a kind of this reverse backwards way where they're thinking have, do, be. When I have the result, then I'm going to take the action, then I'll be happy, I'll be successful, be whatever. And the truth is that it's completely backwards. You actually have to realize that it's be, do, have. You have to be the person who's willing to take the action before you're ever going to get the result. You have to be the person who's willing to come up with the capital just so you can have the business. Then you can be the business owner, do what a business owner does, so you can have what a business owner has. You know what I mean? Like, you have to cultivate the belief first. And most times when people kind of run into this for themselves is you realize that you start taking some action in your business sometimes, and you realize you're not really getting where you wanted to go. And it's because you're one level deeper at your belief systems, at the belief patterns that you're actually bringing into the actions that you're taking, your level of expectation. I'm sure you guys hear Paul talk a lot about the power of intention, or consciously setting an intention for what it is that you want to do. And I always kind of say this. I always want to say this kind of tongue-in-cheek when I'm working with people. Sometimes I kind of ask them, it's like, well, what did you expect? And I want to ask a lot of you guys here right now to really think about this. What do you expect? What are you expecting in your business right now? Are you expecting that it's going to be hard? Are you expecting not to go to Charlotte? Are you expecting not to get all in? Are you expecting that this is going to be difficult? Are you expecting $100,000 a month? Are you expecting to start crushing out 100, 200 leads a day easily and effortlessly? Are you expecting to start waking up to sales on autopilot? Are you expecting your team to get in? Because the truth is, guys, I don't know a lot of you guys. I've met some of you. I know I've met Vari. Vari's awesome. He's staying out there with us in Seattle. But at the same time, do you want to know what? That I expect each and every one of you guys here to be a leader. Do you want to know why? Because I know that you guys stepping up and being a leader in your business, in your life, it's the only way you're going to get the results that you're here for right now. And when I went out and I was at this event in New York doing some masterminding with Aaron Rashkin, I made a decision right then and there that the next month that I was going to do $100,000 in sales. I didn't know how. My best month had only ever been $30,000 at that point, and I wasn't really sure what was going to happen. And I was at the airport, and it was a last-minute decision. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go out. I'm going to get centered. I'm going to go to Thailand. And I'd never been to Thailand. I'd never really been anywhere tropical yet. And I just kind of up and took off to Thailand. I skipped my other flight, and I got a one-way ticket out to Thailand. And I set up shop in Phuket, and I went on to basically make a shift personally in myself. And no new traffic started coming into my business. I had the exact same marketing spend going out, lead sources and stuff coming in. Everything was basically the same, but I shifted my belief, I shifted my intention, I shifted what I knew was possible and what I was going to do. And I went on to actually create my very first month, my very first six-figure month in the industry. I did $126,000 in sales. And it completely rocked my world to see that I can make a shift personally in myself. And it's kind of that mentality, like if it is to be, it's up to me, that I can make a shift internally. I can continue to follow through with my action, and I can watch these results just start to pour in. I can start to have these results. So if there's any one nugget I could leave you guys here with tonight, it would be the perspective of be, do, have. And that right now, at the timing in this moment right now, you have some incredible leaders around you. You have somebody, whether you guys realize it or not, in Paul, he's crushed out six-figure months already. Whether you're, I'm not going to get into quantum physics here for you guys, time in quantum physics, but it's already happened. He's stepping into it right now. He's going and he's taking action. You guys have the opportunity to work with him, to cultivate the same beliefs and to realize what he's doing, and to go take the same actions and to start getting some incredible results, and just ride his coattails all the way to the finish line if you have to. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you take action. You guys have an incredible opportunity right now. If you'll just pay attention to who he's being, to the beliefs that he has and how he's showing up. Stop questioning why. It doesn't matter why. And you start looking at the action that he's taking, you guys are going to start getting the exact same results. I know even just since the Seattle event, I've seen Vari start crushing in sales and stuff coming through my Facebook feed there. And I see a lot of you guys making some really big shifts, and I know on a bigger level some of the stuff that Paul's working on putting together for you guys that is going to completely change the game for all of you. And that if you just focus in right now, you hunker down, you take action, it's all over. You can't comprehend, because it happens really fast. You almost like surprise yourself with your results. And I'd like to hear Paul's perspective on this afterward. You start taking the action, because you have to take the action now in order to have the results tomorrow. If you don't like the way your life looks right now, you just got to do something different. You got to be someone different. You got to do something different. And you're not going to be able to comprehend the action that you're going to take right now. When you start shifting emotionally, you start shifting how you're showing up, you start shifting as a person, all of a sudden, all the ads and all the marketing that you have out there are just acting as this giant conduit for all of those right people to find you. And you can just kind of step away and just kind of allow it to happen, because to the extent that you're creating is to the extent that you are not resisting in your life. And I'm going to say right now that if you are not all in and you are not ready to go to Charlotte, that you are resisting, and you're resisting for no reason, because everything you want, everything you're looking for is right here in front of you right now, and you wouldn't be on this call, you wouldn't be listening to this, you wouldn't be seeing this right now if it wasn't. So I know, Paul, when you first started taking action, it surprised you a little bit. There's that little bit of that buffer zone from the actions that you're taking and the results starting to come in, and then the results start to reinforce the belief, and it kind of just starts to snowball and blow up, because you weren't always crushing out this many sales. You weren't always dominating it like this right now. Have you really got into that shift that's happened for you with your team?
I mean, I totally understand where you're coming from as far as, like, you know, especially, you know, a lot of, you know, people like to call it new money. I've never had a result ever, and, you know, producing the results that we've been producing, it's still kind of like, damn, we're really doing this. And, you know, just like you said, just to, you know, basically sum it all up, I mean, it's so basic that we always tend to forget that it's at the fundamental, underneath the water, the most important foundation in building your business. You have to believe, and you got to subconsciously and consciously be aligned with what is it that you want. And that's what really came up for me. Like, once the results started coming in, like, no longer will I ever go back to broke. Like, my financial thermostat is set no less than, like, at $10,000 a month, I'm broke. Why? Because that's where I set myself to be. Like, that's where I talked myself into being. And, man, just being around you, bro, and being able to, you know, to get the resources that you've been able to provide, and just the amount of value that you've given so far on this hangout, I mean, it takes listening to something like this over and over and over and over and over again. And congratulations, Michael Lee. Everybody celebrate Michael Lee for making a decision to buy his ticket right now. Congratulations, bro. Coming all the way from Germany. Good job, man. And, man, I love you, dude. Seriously, thank you for all you do, bro. I'm excited. And I know you said we have something big going on, too, with the system that we're going to be creating here for the team. Is there anything you want to say in regards to that?
I don't want to give too many details away to everybody. But let's just say that when it comes to putting technology and marketing together, not to mention all of the sorry, I had to unpull. As soon as you can hear yourself, it's really difficult. Everything that we're going to be putting together from I have a bunch of curriculum that I'm more than willing to lend out for you guys as well, but everything that Paul's putting together, from the technology that we're building, from the resources and contacts, to some of the programs and stuff that we're going to be able to put in place for you guys, just level of kind of just opening up the black book and pulling in resources that Vic's used to scale his business and his marketing, some of these really big traffic brokers and stuff that we have access to everything from technology and marketing. We're going to be able to open up everything and kind of start putting it together and creating some really unique solutions specifically for your guys' team, which you're going to be able to go out there and market and start screaming from the rooftops, because people are going to be able to access thousands of dollars in bonuses just for getting started with you at a $25 level. It's going to be absolutely ridiculous, and the type of shift that that's going to make in your business and how you're able to build your business, and the type of culture and community that you guys are going to be able to build together is going to be astronomical. So I don't want to get too much into it. There's a lot of fun, exciting stuff coming. There's still going to be some development time in order to put it together, but it's going to be really cool once me and Paul actually jump on the line here and we can start putting it together.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I know you got to go. I just want to tell you I appreciate you for your time, man, and looking forward to masterminding with you in Charlotte. Mostly everybody here on this hangout will also be there too. Actually, everybody here on the hangout will be there. So awesome. I appreciate your time, brother.
Appreciate you having me out. Look forward to meeting you guys all in person.
Yeah, man.
Take care, man.
There you go, guys. Cameron George, and you know, I'm just gonna wrap it up with this because we got to get on this affiliate hangout and see this plan. Man, you hear it time and time again. We're not ever going to steer away from the message. I'll tell you this, that you know, I struggled for a very long time in life in general. I went from relationship to relationship. been broke most of my life, been mentally battling demons for a very long time, and it started affecting my relationships, my professional career, and you know, it really came down to, you know, feeling unworthy of the success at the end of the day. Like if you really like strip down the layers on why I was failing in most of my life, because I didn't feel worthy enough of the success that I had. But then I started getting educated on the self-image. I started getting educated on belief, on what belief really meant in real life. And I started learning, and then I started recognizing that, you know, your words are so powerful. What you speak about comes about. You can speak your world into existence. If you are complaining, nagging, bitching, moaning, and groaning, or you're talking about how this business is hard or why making money is hard, I can guarantee you you're going to continue to find reasons on why it's hard. If you guys want to learn more about how powerful your mind is, I suggest you do a little bit of research on this thing called the reticular activating system, where your brain and your mind is going to deliver everything that you think about and talk about. Okay? Like, you know, we hear this philosophies all the time, what you focus on expands, and it's so true, and we don't pay too much attention to that, right? What you focus on expands, and ask yourself the question, what has been your internal talk in your business? What have you been telling yourself daily? Are you even thinking? Most of the time, like most average Americans think 4 times a year. Think, critically think, and are just allowing their unconscious programming to take over their life. So I'm telling you here right now, work on yourself more than your business. If you're not producing results, I highly, highly, highly suggest you turn off everything that you're doing and focus on developing the most important thing, which is you. Take care of your subconscious mind, okay? Rocky has like 12 books he's got to get reading, right? Once you're done with I want you to think about this. If you read 3 books a month, where do you think you're going to be at in a year? Reading 3 books a month mentally, right? Where do you think you'll be? You're going to be at a totally different level than if you didn't read any books, right?
Absolutely.
Because I know the truth is that, like, we always want to hear the strategy, but the truth is it's the 8 core commitments and making the decision that you're going to make 2 sales a day. I promise you, if every single one of you right now leaves this hangout and you tag everybody in your team and you say, that's it, period, I'm going to make 2 sales a day, I'm going to hit my goals, I want everybody to hold me accountable, you will be forced to make it happen. I was put in a position where I had no choice but to make this work. Just like a lot of you, put yourselves in debt. Put yourselves in a position where you have no other choice. Maybe you're like Sam and you have to make this work. And I promise you, if you are operating your business from I have no other choice but to make it work, you're going to make it work. But if you have a plan B and you're waiting for something big to happen for you, or you're just casual and you're not taking your business serious, nothing's going to happen. You have to be willing to put your back against the wall for 30 to 60 days. You have to be willing to get that uncomfortable. All I'm asking you to do, guys, is to trust me when I tell you that once the mind is expanded, it'll never go back. Same with your wallets. Taste freedom once. Taste freedom once. You'll never go back to a job, right? Sam, I expect you to start going part-time and eventually quit your job. I expect everybody here who truly wants to succeed and be a real lifestyle entrepreneur to start moving forward as if it's already done. If you have a job, start focusing on putting on your 2 weeks. That way you're forced to make this work. I told Kimberly the same advice. She struggled for 9 months. I said, Kim, you've been bullshitting in your business. Do you want to be a real entrepreneur? She said, yeah. I said, how bad? She's like, I want it better than anything else. I said, then this is what you need to do. You need to quit your job within the next 30 days. You need to go all in and replace your income right now. 9 months of struggle. She made that decision. First month, $5,000 when she finally made the decision. That's it, right? Some of you have already made the decision, but you're not acting into the accordance of what the decision you've made. Ask yourself the question, am I emotionally all in, spiritually all in, mentally all in? Because anybody can be financially all in, but be missing everything else. Ask yourself that question. Look at yourself in the mirror. In fact, you know what? The successful people are going to take a snapshot photo of themselves, asking themselves the question in the mirror and uploading it to Facebook. The successful people will do that. And ask yourself the question, am I all in spiritually? Am I all in emotionally? Am I all in mentally? because I'm all in financially. And when you answer the question in the mirror, that's when you're going to finally be honest with yourself, and now you have the power to go out there and create the result that you want. So guys, if you're watching this right now, this video right now is going live here shortly. Share this with your team. Share this with everybody that needs to see this. Make a decision. Click the button below and just join. And we'll see you in Charlotte. You can actually go to your back office and click the register button, fill out the form. We'll see you in Charlotte. Make a decision to go all in. You have 4 days for the people that have not gone all in. You still can get all in at a discount price. Make the decision that that's it, period. You're going to make it happen, and you guys are going to make it happen because you guys are worthy of it. And I know some of you guys are already prepared to do everything. Because I'll tell you this, is that if you're willing to do everything, you won't have to do everything. Listen to me closely. If you are willing to do everything, if you say, I'm willing to die for this, you're going to make it happen. I remember me and Kim, we're talking about when we were still struggling in our business, I said, I don't even care if I go homeless doing this. That was my attitude. Why? Because if I go homeless, I'm going to have a bigger and better story once I succeed. It's all here. I promise you. So guys, get to work. Go to the affiliate hangout. We'll talk soon, and we're going to have another hangout this weekend, and we're going to make some all-in sales for the people that now decide to bring people to this hangout. Okay?